people won't sit there, but Welcome, everybody. I'm Aaron Schubach. Welcome to students, faculty, staff, program leaders, Booster Club members, and parents to one of our most important and joyous ceremonies of the year, the 2026 Arts and Awards Ceremony. Today, we celebrate exemplary performances and achievements in academics, the arts, athletics, and service learning, the 4 pillars of our program. If someone asked me to show them one single day or one weekend to showcase what our school is about, I would have many options to choose from, but consider what we would conclude if we examined today and this weekend as a representative sample of our mission. Let's start with our annual Senior Internship Program and Teen Action Program Showcase. Thank you to the students, TAP leaders, evaluators, and guests who made it such an incredible success this morning. A round of applause, if you would. Seniors, it was a pleasure to hear your voices and learn not only what you learned in your internships, but where your deeper interests and passions lie. TAP participants, you did amazing work this year, and we all heard real pride in your voices as you reflected on your impact off campus. Also important to our mission is community, and prom is tomorrow. Please know that Santa Fe Prep can and will do safety drills frequently, but we can't actually reduce the risk of one of our students being injured or even killed unless our community commits to being inclusive and being safe during prom and the upcoming season of celebration. Thank you for that. Take care of yourself, take care of your friends. We love you. And of course, on a more joyous note, our flagship outdoor ed experience begins this Sunday as our seniors and their leaders begin their trip to Green River, continuing a tradition of exploration and celebration that goes back 30 years. And then there is this important ceremony. Every year at this event, I'm struck by 3 interrelated but separate concepts. The first, educational programs and communities like ours cannot exist without the mentors and leaders who set the tone and build the culture. Faculty, staff, and coaches, would you please stand for a moment to be recognized? Yo, Brad. Thank you for your exemplary work this year. Our students are lucky to have you. I'd like to take a moment to single out 3 members of our professional community who've been working on overdrive to support our students, teachers, and program. The first, Anders Fristedt. Anders, we appreciate the time and care you poured into today's event and this year of service learning and experiential education. Thank you. Nick Stefosik, who's right over there. Nick, you and your team have been deeply engaged in supporting every imaginable aspect of our campus, community, and events, and we're grateful. Thank you. The last is Assistant Head of School, Ashley Satterthwaite. If Santa Fe Prep were a car, you would be both the GPS system and the engine oil. Thank you for your superlative efforts this year. My second point is this. Today, we don't just celebrate our highest achievers, we celebrate the programs and processes that created that achievement. The depth and diversity of our academic programs, departments, and performances are second to none for a school of our size. Students, would you please stand for a moment as I call out the particular program that you participated in this year? Could we start with the cast and crew of Inherit the Wind? Thank you. Let's go to the spring and go to the cast and crew of Urinetown. Next, I would like all fall athletes, junior varsity and varsity, to stand. At the risk of being unhumble, could you stay standing if you're a state championship team? Yeah, that's fun every time for me. I'm going to keep doing that. Winter athletes, all programs, could you please stand? Thank you. And last but not least, spring athletic programs, all programs. Once again, if you're an individual state champion, would you remain standing for a moment? Yeah. There's much more to it than that. Could we have members of our supercomputing challenge stand for just a moment? How about DECA? How about mock trial? Model UN? Model UN en Español? At the risk of creating chaos, students, what am I missing? We'll take it, okay. Peer mentors, I'd like to thank you. And admission ambassadors. My third and last point, and probably the most important element that occurs to me each year, is the hard work shown by our students and athletes, and not just by our award winners. Please note that I say hard work and not talent. Today's award winners are extraordinarily talented, but it's not talent alone that got them where they are today. In fact, the educational research is quite clear that talent is actually a significant risk factor in predicting future success. Sometimes, not a small number of times, talented people fall apart when confronted with a challenge because it shocks their identity. They truly believe that everything should come easily to them because it always has. So when they find something that revamps their challenge threshold, they fall apart. Those who can rely on hard work in those pivotal moments not only get more done, but they lead happier lives. Today's honorees have achieved high attainment in academics, the arts, community service, and our athletic programs, but we're not only celebrating those particular students, we're also honoring the process of studying, learning, and achieving. So I'm going to close with one of my favorite poems, and I will say I love this poem so much, and sometimes this poem kills, and sometimes people are like, I didn't love it. I await your feedback. This is called To Be of Use by Marge Piercy. The people I love best jump into work head first without dallying in the shadows, and swim off with sure strokes almost out of sight. They seem to become natives of that element. I love people who harness themselves, an ox to a heavy cart, and pull like a water buffalo with massive patience, who strain in the mud and the muck to move things forward and to do what has to be done again and again. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into the fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire must be put out. The work of the world is common as mud. When botched, it smears the hands, crumbles to dust. But the thing worth doing, well done, has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amphoras for wine or oil, Hopi vases that held corn are put in museums, but you know they were made to be used. The pitcher cries for water to carry and a person for work that is real. Today we celebrate the things worth doing, well done. Whether you receive an award today or aspire to do so in the future, congratulations and thank you for all you've done this year. We're very proud of you. It's my pleasure to introduce Summer Aubrey.
Good afternoon. Are the mics okay? They're a little high. Okay. The Cum Laude Society is a national academic honor society founded in 1906 to promote learning and scholarship in secondary schools. Cum laude is Latin for with praise. The Santa Fe Preparatory School chapter was founded in 1979 and is one of only 2 in the state of New Mexico. Each year, the top students of the junior and senior class are inducted into the society. Like at many independent schools, Santa Fe Prep's Cum Laude chapter has traditionally been led by faculty and staff members who were themselves inducted into Cum Laude when they were in high school. Here at Prep, those faculty members are Carla Weston, Emma Kulpe, and myself. On behalf of that committee, I would first like to recognize last year's Cum Laude members. Could the following previously inducted students please stand where they are to be recognized, and let's hold our applause until they're all standing. Ella Brown. Oh, or not. Camila Carrion. Isaac Olson. Luke Rand. And Sasha Smucker. I will now call up this year's inductees who will join them in the society. Students, please join me on the stage. We'll line up here, and I'll give you your awards after we're all up here. So this year's senior inductees are Sebastian Friedman. Alyssa Gorley. Helen Marlowe. Audrey Richardson. and Shristi Sukup. Congratulations, seniors. This year's junior inductees are Gabriel Bleichmar, Samira Chandra, Thomas Leon Lebovitz, Audrey McDonald, Ellison Kirante Banel, Through your distinguished record at Santa Fe Prep in terms of both excellence and rigor of your coursework, you have earned membership in the Cum Laude Society. This society is a fellowship of scholars whose purpose is to recognize excellence in academic work. As you pursue your education, it is our hope that you will accept the honor of membership in this society as a responsibility and that you will seek to make a contribution to the ongoing search for greater understanding of the world we live in. Students, congratulations. Anders Fristedt is next.
The Stewart Award, formerly known as the TAP Award, has been renamed to align with our Portrait of a Graduate Steward capacity. As some of you may know, and I like to remind everyone constantly, I've been in the field of outdoor education for over 20 years. Okay, boomer. What may surprise you is that my passion for the outdoors was born on the wooded trails of suburban Maryland as a cross-country runner, zipping through forested trails over matted leaves of red, orange, yellow, and brown. On those late October mornings, when goosebumps would eventually turn to sweat, I sensed the awesomeness of the natural world and my hope to explore it. In thinking of the Stewart Award, I feel a kindred spirit with this year's recipient. They grew up in New Mexico, rafting, hiking, and skiing, and running through these stark and majestic landscapes. Countless hours were spent with family and friends, floating the Chama and Rio Grande River, exploring the hidden gems of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, and miles and miles and miles of running through trails and back roads of Santa Fe. They must have been inspired through these challenging experiences as their TAP placements through the years were focused on conservation and hard work outside, trail building through the Fat Tire Mountain Bike Association and Santa Fe Trails, composting, planting, and weeding at Reunity Farms. Do we see a theme here? Undaunted and unwavering focus on stewarding our local places. And yet I was so inspired by their SIP choice, the City of Santa Fe's Department of Hydrology. They served as a water resource management intern and learned firsthand how sometimes conservation is achieved through endless hours of spreadsheet analysis and attending hours-long meetings about return flows, average diversion, and discounted water tiers, which to some might sound dry, pun intended. But certain members were so passionate at these meetings, they straight up got into shouting matches over the data, stormed off, and were barred from returning. Through it all, our recipient was attentive, eager to learn, and professional. The skills and strengths to work outside on conservation, the patience and fortitude for data analysis and the ability to inspire and lead others as seen through their 2 stints as varsity sports captains, will serve this recipient well when they pursue a BA in Environmental Science at Middlebury in Vermont. It is an honor to give Pippa Barrett the Stewart Award. I just hope I don't have to chase after her to deliver it, because I would not be able to keep up. Dr. P.
Hi, my name is Mark Prochaska, and I'm the chair of the Science Department. This year's Math and Science Award winner has accomplished mathematical feats that remind us of the late, great Chuck Norris. Like him, our award winner has taken the most challenging courses that a Blue Griffin can take: AP Calculus, Advanced Topics in Mathematics, and Honors Physics. But he could not be constrained by such trivial subjects. He took on independent studies and clubs that go beyond these offerings: AP Physics C Mechanics, AP Physics C Electromagnetism, and the Supercomputing Challenge. For modeling projects, he integrated computer science into his solutions. He did not use ChatGPT to solve advanced math problems. ChatGPT consulted him. He has counted to infinity twice. He can divide by 0. He can win a game of Connect 4 in 3 moves. He can take a cross product between a vector and a scalar. He can solve for 3 unknown variables using only 2 equations. And he once recited the digits of pi backwards. Most importantly, he is the winner of the 2026 Math and Science Award. On behalf of the Math and Science departments, I present this award to Isaac Chuck Norris Olson.
Buenas tardes. Hola, hola. Between May 2024 and this May 2026, the Global Seal of Biliteracy has awarded 70 certifications of biliteracy to students at Santa Fe Prep. These certifications recognize biliteracy in English and Spanish, English and French, and English and American Sign Language. Today, we're especially proud to celebrate our largest group yet, with 33 of those 70 students, with 33 of those 70 Global Seals being awarded here today. Mm-hmm. These students have dedicated years of study, practice, perseverance to mastering a language beyond English. Their hard work has culminated in a globally recognized level of proficiency demonstrated through their AP and Apple exam performances. The first students to be recognized have earned Global Seal of Biliteracy at the functional level. Their commitment and determination have led them to this significant accomplishment. Receiving the Global Seal of Biliteracy in English and Spanish are Leah Boyd, Ella Brown, Camila Carrión, Sebastian Friedman, Will Furnareto, Jorge Hernández Llerena, Thomas Leon Lubowicz, Queen Levy, Samuel Montoya. Kiana Pérez. Elison Quirante Bonel. Iris Redondo Lacey. Jaden Sawunyama. Will Sterling. Sena Alarid. Alexander Chanchu. Dom Friedman. Asher Gonzalez. Mayor Harwood. Yeah, right here. Amalia Hendrickson Jasso. Natalia Larsen. Macy Achilles. Juliet Dayton. Aliana Quintana de Andrés. Lía Quintana de Andrés. Jaden Grant. Amaru Tison. Receiving the Global Seal of Biliteracy in English and American Sign Language, Ronan Ferber. Receiving the Global Seal of Biliteracy in English and French, Anna Alexandrescu. Advancing to the highest level of proficiency, with the following students have earned Global Seals of Biliteracy in English and Spanish at the working level, the pinnacle of certification available to high school students. Their achievement reflects not only linguistic mastery, but also years of dedication, discipline, and intellectual curiosity. Congratulations to Anna Alexandrescu. Gabriel Bleichmar. Lucia Reyes Newell. Luke Rand. Congratulations to our Global Seal recipients today. Thank you. Lastly, we honor two students who, through their American Sign Language journey at PREP, have demonstrated exceptional dedication, growth, and commitment to developing proficiency in American Sign Language while deepening their understanding of deaf culture. Their perseverance, intellectual curiosity, and consistent engagement have distinguished them as both outstanding language learners and valued members of the community. In recognition for their remarkable journey in language acquisition and their unwavering dedication, it is with immense pleasure that we recognize Ruby Boyle and Sasha Hirsch Arnett. Ruby has demonstrated a deep passion for language learning, a commitment to excellence, and remarkable growth in American Sign Language, embracing it as an opportunity to connect, to communicate, and to grow. She consistently demonstrates intelligence, determination, and genuine curiosity in her work. Ruby's perseverance, discipline, and enthusiasm for learning have made her grow, inspiring to witness, and there is no doubt that she will continue to make meaningful impact wherever her talents take her. Congratulations, Ruby. Sasha's achievements in American Sign Language reflect far more than academic success. They represent meaningful communication, cultural understanding, and empathy, and willingness to engage deeply with others and their experiences. She consistently approaches learning with thoughtfulness, enthusiasm, and dedication, and her commitment to both the language and the deaf culture has distinguished her as an exceptional student. Sasha's insight, compassion, and authentic engagement with the community will undoubtedly continue to positively influence those around her. Congratulations. And now, Kendall Freshemer.
As chair of the History Department, along with Dr. Walker, chair of the English Department, we're honored to present the Kurth Humanities Award. The Robert W. Kurth Humanities Award was created and is sponsored by the Alumni Association to honor and memorialize the contributions of humanities instructor Robert W. Kurth. The award goes to a senior who has demonstrated excellence in the humanities and who approaches life with a sense of wonder, seeking out an understanding of life's questions. The award consists of an inscribed book and a $500 contribution toward the first year's tuition at the recipient's college of choice.
This year's winner excelled in both their English and history courses and has been praised by their teachers for their intellectual curiosity, research skills, excellent writing, and perhaps above all for their ability, which seems to be increasingly rare and important in today's world, the ability to really listen. And they use that skill for both leadership and cooperation in discussions, or as one teacher puts it, they turn the classroom into a learning workshop. Another teacher notes that this student is, quote, such a strong blend of intellect, authenticity, and curiosity. She knows herself very well for someone her age, and her questions and analysis therefore come unfiltered into the conversation. She is genuinely interested in learning, exploring, and reflecting, and she brings everyone around her along for the ride. What a gift that is to experience and to share. Also, one teacher noted her great sense of humor. I'm very pleased to announce that this year's Kurth Award winner is Audrey Richardson.
Hi, everybody. Today I'm presenting the Anita Ginocchio Art Award. It is presented yearly to a student who has shown the passion, creativity, and accomplishment in the visual arts that we associate with Miss G. In her nearly 30 years of teaching ceramics and art history at Santa Fe Prep, Anita Ginocchio opened the world of art to countless students. It is an honor to be able to share with you all today this year's recipient of the Anita Ginocchio Art Award, not only because it is my first year here, but because this award now holds more meaning than it ever has after this year's passing of Anita. The sole existence of this award could be considered a tribute to Anita, but to the award's recipient, it is a tribute to your hard work and dedication to the art arts. Anita, or Miss G to her students, set the foundational groundwork for our ceramics studio and many facets of our art department. Some of the reasons so many of you are able to succeed in my class can be tied back to the early days when the studio was ran by Miss G. Being gifted this award directly ties you back to the early days, ties you back into this history of a powerhouse teacher, artist, and woman. Ginocchio was a master of many mediums, including clay and printmaking, and even taught art history at one point. She had an appreciation for all our craft arts. While I never met Anita personally, based on everything I know and have heard, she would have absolutely adored this year's recipient. Not only is this year's awardee an incredible potter, she's an incredible craftsperson. The work this student does in the studio and at home is the work of a talented artist, compassionate human, and a disciplined athlete. A pole vaulting state champion type of athlete. With great pleasure and pride, may I please have Lucia Reyes Newell come up to receive this year's Anita Ginocchio Award.
The Meme Award recognizes a junior who is excelling in both the visual and performing arts. This artist reminds me on a daily basis about how we should approach our creative work. This lesson may be one of the most foundational lessons of art making, and that is, we should approach our creative work with joy and courage. This artist brings a sense of fun to everything they do, while also summoning the bravery to be vulnerable, to wear their heart on their sleeve, and to create deeply personal work. Their influence makes their studio table both the giggliest and probably the most serious group in the room. The paintings and prints from this artist are expressive, surprising, and technically masterful. I'm amazed that they're already making art of this quality. Brad Fairbanks has also gotten the chance to work with this remarkable student. Sorry, Brad, I'm channeling you. When this student earned a small solo, this is Brad's words, when this student earned a small solo in SpongeBob the Musical her sophomore year, we all knew that she had a bright future in musical theater. This year, this came to fruition with her lead role as Little Sally in this year's musical, Urinetown the Musical. She was also amazing in the fall play Inherit the Wind in the role of Howard. She approaches all of her work professionally with a positive attitude and is always a team player. Zoe Bowers. Zoe Bowers, thank you for making incredible artwork and for showing us how to be guided by joy. It's my pleasure to introduce Rachel Kessler for the Active Citizen Award.
Hi, everyone. The Active Citizen Award aims to exemplify the portrait of a graduate trait of becoming a culturally aware and responsive citizen. As described in the Portrait of a Graduate, this award recognizes a senior student who has gone above and beyond with the intention to understand, revere, and relate to people with different perspectives and life experiences. This student honors and celebrates differences and also seeks to be a bridge builder in order to contribute to a more just and harmonious world. I'm very thrilled that I get to give this award today to 2 students. I'm going to speak about the first one now. At the beginning of this year, the senior class was tasked with writing admirations for one another as a way to build cohesion before embarking on a busy and stressful final year together. Reflecting on this student, her peers wrote, "You trust your voice and you stand by it. I admire how she holds herself. She has a very strong sense of self. And you are thoughtful and bold." There may be no better word to describe this student than bold. She possesses both a deep sense of self and an unwavering commitment to justice. She consistently challenges her classmates to think more critically about privilege and equity at prep and in the wider world. Perhaps the clearest example of this came earlier this year when she helped spur her classmates to organize their own Ice Out protest. The senior class came together to plan a walkout, spending the day making signs before heading to the Capitol to call for change in response to the administration's approach to the ICE presence around the country, particularly in Minnesota. Her leadership, conviction, courage inspired those around her to engage thoughtfully and, moreover, to take action. I'm thrilled to present the first of our 2 awards to Emily Aguirre. That's up to you. Stay here. That's great. When it comes to our second student, I think I can speak for all of her teachers when I say that this student enriches every classroom that she enters. Her intellectual curiosity takes her on many paths that have been a joy to experience alongside her. One of these paths has been to uncover the ways that Native and Indigenous peoples were a part of the ugly history of enslavement. Through her time at Native Bound Unbound, a Mellon Foundation-funded organization that focused on creating a centralized digital repository centered on the lives of the enslaved Indigenous peoples across America, she grew her interest in the intersection of computational science and the humanities. What a cool combination. Particularly how emerging technologies can illuminate and expand our understanding of the past. Her curiosity about natural language processing and handwriting text recognition led her to explore how these tools could be applied to historical records that scholars work with. In the words of Esteban Rael Galvez, the founder of Native Bound Unbound, "I have mentored many dozens of student interns at both the graduate and undergraduate level. Among them, this student stands out as one of the most exceptional. In her testimonial at our world premiere, this student stood before a full audience of scholars, artists, and descendants, and concluded with a line that dropped jaws and has since become the source of deep inspiration for our team. It now appears across our key communications. When I do this work, I am the daughter of daughters of Incan history." That single sentence captures the wisdom and vision she brings to everything she does. By marrying her interests, Camila seeks acknowledgement and historical justice for communities that have been erased from the canon of history. It is because of this work and all the other work that she does that I am excited to present Camila Carrion with the Culturally Aware and Responsive Citizen Award.
Houston Doherty, Santa Fe Prep class of 1979, created the Doherty Award in honor of his parents, Margaret and Bernard Doherty, who sacrificed greatly to cover the costs of sending him to prep, where he graduated in 1979 and became the first in his family to attend college, specifically the University of Puget Sound in Washington State. This award is a $500 honorarium to support attendance at a private, out-of-state college given each year to a deserving Santa Fe Prep senior who has contributed greatly to the prep community. I'm going to ask this year's recipient to join me up here when I say her name so she can enjoy the view as I finish the citation. This year's Doherty Award winner is presented to Olive Nardi Kais. Since 7th grade, Olive has quietly anchored our community. Her teachers describe her as a professional, an endlessly reliable ambassador, and a rock-solid person who tackles every challenge with intrinsic grace. Whether she is leading library initiatives, writing for the Skirmisher, or starting new traditions like the Spring Fling mural, Olive follows her own lead with confidence that prioritizes connection over drama. In the classroom, Olive's a compassionate intellectual. Her love of the outdoors and nature fuels a natural curiosity. What distinguishes Olive most is her exceptional capacity for growth. She views her teachers as collaborators, taking feedback with courage and a growth mindset that serves her well. Olive, you elevate everyone around you. As you venture to Occidental College, we know your kindness and intellectual bravery will leave a lasting mark. Congratulations. I'm proud to introduce Phil Lucero.
All right, I'm going to go off script at the beginning here. I just want you all to know how much I appreciate this woman right here. Let's give it up for Jackie Yutzi.
Now you turn me bright red.
This train wouldn't go without the help of this amazing woman, so I'm just super appreciative. So I just needed to say that out front. Good afternoon, students, parents, coaches, and staff. To start, student athletes, give yourselves a round of applause for an incredible year in Santa Fe Prep athletics. Go Griffins. Over the course of this year, which is my first in this role, I'm reminded about what makes this community special. I watched our student athletes represent Griffin athletics with pride and character. I saw coaches pour time and energy into their teams. And I saw families and fans consistently show up for our students. More than anything, I'm impressed by the way our athletes manage the demands of being a prep student while still competing and performing at such a high level. The Kyrie Eleison Sportsmanship Award. Today is about celebrating accomplishments and recognizing the student athletes that have gone above and beyond, which brings me to this most prestigious athletic award that Santa Fe Prep gives out every year. The Kyrie Eleison Sportsmanship Award is named after former Santa Fe Prep athletic director Chuck Kyrie Eleison. It is presented annually to a junior who consistently exemplifies the highest ideals of sportsmanship across all athletic pursuits. This award honors a student athlete who demonstrates integrity, respect for teammates and opponents, humility in competition, and commitment to representing Santa Fe Prep with character and class. The award includes a $500 prize applied towards Santa Fe Prep tuition for the following year. This year's recipient is the kind of student every school hopes to have and every younger student should aspire to become. He leads not through attention or recognition, but through constant kindness, humility, and the way he treats people every single day. He's a role model in the truest sense, someone who makes those around him simply better by being himself. Whether he's mentoring younger students, supporting teammates, or simply checking in on someone who needs encouragement, he does it naturally without expecting anything in return. He carries himself with maturity, character, and competence. It is my honor to name the Kyrie Eleison Sportsmanship Award winner, Adaya Gonzalez. Get on down here. All right, at this time, we would like to recognize one of the most impressive accomplishments a student athlete can achieve, excellence in both competition and in the classroom. The Santa Fe Prep Scholar Athlete Award goes to seniors who have consistently had a 3.0 GPA throughout their high school career, while also playing at least 2 Santa Fe Prep sports per year. That's 9th grade through 12th grade. Today, we are proud to recognize this year's Scholar Athletes for their hard work, dedication, and achievement. In a moment, I'll read out the names, and as you come down one by one, I'd like you to line up in a row right along here. Chloe Africi. Sophia Bear. Elizabeth Pippa Barrett. Marley Ballou. Olive Beachside.
Sorry.
Ella Brown. Ingrid Ermentrout. Tyler Goring. Alyssa Gorley. Helena Sia Gracer. Sasha Hirsch Arnett. Isaac Olson. And Jocelyn Utzi. It's a special moment right here. All right, give it up for our 2026 Scholar Athletes. All right. We are also excited to unveil 2 new additions to the Santa Fe Prep Athletic Legacy Wall, a space dedicated to preserving and celebrating some of the most meaningful moments in the history of Santa Fe Prep athletics. The first is a commemorative plaque honoring what can only be described as a historic day for Santa Fe Prep athletics. The plaque reads, November 8th, 2025. On this remarkable day, Santa Fe Prep celebrated an extraordinary triumph. Our girls cross-country team secured their 3rd consecutive state championship. Give it up for the girls cross-country. On that very same day, the boys varsity soccer team captured the state championship in a dramatic penalty kick finish. Give it up to the boys soccer program. Together, these achievements mark a defining moment in Santa Fe Prep history. 1 day, 2 championships, and a legacy of greatness. Give it up for them one more time. In addition, tonight we are proud to announce the retirement of another iconic Santa Fe Prep student athlete. The retirement of a jersey, that is. We hope she still plays. Marley Ballew's number 14 soccer jersey will now hang permanently on the wall alongside her father Dustin Ballew's retired 11 basketball jersey, marking the first. Come on down, Marley. This marks the first two-generation athletic jersey retirement in Santa Fe Prep history. This honor recognizes one of the most remarkable athletic careers our school has ever seen. Over 5 varsity seasons, Marley scored an astounding 152 career goals, doubling the previous school record held by Molly George, who was a classmate of mine in 97, and cementing herself as one of the greatest players ever to wear a Blue Griffin uniform. Please join me in congratulating Marley Ballew, the girls cross-country team, the boys soccer team for truly historic achievements and for leaving a lasting legacy at Santa Fe Prep. Thank you, and go Griffins! All right, I'd like to bring up Mark Bixby and Liz Friery for the Spirit of Santa Fe Prep Award.
Endowed by a gift from the Conway family in 2008, this award recognizes a student who displays intellectual curiosity, community spirit, enthusiasm for the life of the school, and leadership. Chosen by the faculty, this student's presence and actions exemplify the character of citizenship and the uniqueness of our school culture. The award includes a scholarship to the student's graduating university for the next academic year. This student has approached their time at prep with a conscious intent to value every moment, whether that be learning and then leading as a member of their various sports teams, opening their home for class-wide get-togethers, or taking advantage of every academic opportunity to follow their own line of thinking in unique directions.
Known for their softness and approachability, this student is often decked out in their pajamas. Known for their spiritedness, this student is synonymous with the signature cheers that ring out for each of their teammates during volleyball games. But don't be deceived. This student isn't all cozy amiability. They are also fiercely stubborn. I'm going to stay on the stubbornness theme for a second. Last year, they wanted to write about politics and international relations for the major history research project in my class. They proposed focusing on Woodrow Wilson. I said, please, not another Woodrow Wilson paper. I pleaded with them to choose something else. I'd read so many Wilson papers that I didn't really care anymore whether he was an idealistic dreamer or the far-sighted prophet of the 20th century global order. Wilson was played out. The student thanked me for the feedback, but said they were going to write about Woodrow Wilson anyway, and assured me I'd get a fresh angle. And then they went full revisionist. They claimed that Wilson wasn't an idealist at all, as most of his admirers and detractors have claimed, but that he was a pragmatist. Then they argued that he only became idealistic and unmoored from his pragmatism because of the impact of an untreated cerebrovascular illness that made him by turns petulant, impulsive, dreamy, and utopian. I was skeptical. The student persisted. They took all of my critical comments and found well-sourced rebuttals. They spotlighted Wilson's hard-driving pragmatism relative to his policy in Mexico, and they found all kinds of quotes from close observers who quietly wondered about how Wilson's health might be driving him to distraction. As I wrote in my concluding comments to that essay, this student's stubbornness birthed an idiosyncratic and persuasive work of scholarship while also teaching me something new. It was a good thing this genial young student didn't listen to me.
While displaying many facets of personal excellence, this student is perhaps most synonymous with community building, displaying through action how important it is for people to care and show up for one another. Under their leadership, the senior class has raised more money than any other class in the history of prep, enabling each senior to pay less for next week's rafting trip. In each course, each project, each class discussion, they have dug in, unearthing details, questions, answers, and often emotional resonance. There are many ways to embody community, and this student has reminded us time and again that sometimes this means saying, "This moment matters, and I'm going to lean in, help out, be silly, passionately follow my interests, refuse to let Luke Rand win a fight, and laugh hard." As Bixby and I wrote this speech, we realized why this student has worn pajamas for their entire time at prep. The depth of care and active approach with which they have shown up for academics, athletics, camaraderie, and leadership means that comfortable clothes are the only option. We are thrilled to give this year's Spirit of Santa Fe Prep Award to Ella Brown.
All right, so we've come to the end of our program, and we'll finish with the unveiling and dedication of this year's yearbook. So can I please have the yearbook staff up?
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Maya, the editor-in-chief of the yearbook staff, and when we were coming up with the theme for this year's yearbook, we really wanted to create something that felt unique to our community at Santa Fe Prep, and for all the seniors, something you can take with you to college that reminds you of home. So the theme for this year's yearbook is New Mexico. The cover features a wraparound photo of the Atalaya and Sangre de Cristo Mountains at sunrise. We included a turquoise border throughout the book, and most importantly, some of the best memories from this school year. We also wanted to dedicate this yearbook to our facilities department. We definitely did not make this year easy for them, and they are truly the backbone of our community here at Prep. Whether you're here long before school starts or staying after everyone leaves, your work does not go unnoticed. We see you, we appreciate you, and we're so grateful for everything you do for our school every single day. Thank you so much, and can you three please join us? I also want to give a special shout out to Miss Lee. She really showed me what it means to lead a team independently, balance creativity with deadlines, and trust the process even when things got stressful. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to grow through this experience and for always supporting everyone on the yearbook staff. And of course, the downtown subscription coffee trips were very much appreciated. Yay, I know she is. And none of this would have been possible without the yearbook staff. Tay, Nathan, Amato, Eli, and Camila, and a very special thank you to Justin. None of the sports pages would have looked as good as they are without him. The yearbook truly would not have been completed and definitely not in on time without Justin. And lastly, thank you all for making this year so memorable and for giving us these moments to capture in the first place. We hope you enjoy this year's yearbook as much as we enjoyed creating it. Thank you.
Thank you, yearbook staff. We're going to let them get a jump start on going and getting organized to pass out the yearbooks, and then we're going to dismiss by grade. So when I tell you, we're going to have 12th grade students, seniors, you're going to exit out this door, and 9th grade students, I want you exiting out this door, and then 11th and 10th, just hang here for just a second, okay? Hold on. Nick, can you tell me if they look like they're ready to go? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, 9th graders here, seniors there. 10th and 11th, please stay.